Gary, we're fresh from another win at home, the fourth clean sheet in 6 games. How pleasing is it to see that return to our game?
Well, it's good because we needed to make sure that we, as much as we obviously need to win games, we can't afford to lose them. So, we're having to sort of like adjust slightly, and at the moment, the boys that are adjusting are doing it very, very well. And so we're pleased with the clean sheets. We're pleased that we've won the last couple of games. I think we've our record in the last sort of 6 to 8 games is decent as far as a points concerned, and we need to keep it going. And if we can keep it going, we'll get more and more excited about the last games of the season, because we'll give ourselves a chance to sneak into the playoffs. That's our aim. That's always been our aim. I said that a few weeks ago to yourselves, and the boys have responded to it, and we've had a couple of good results.
Adi Aziz is still pretty new to the club, but tell us about him, and it really seems like he occupies the opposition defence really well.
If he'd have scored a goal, which he should have done, on Saturday, people would have said he had a fine game, because he created a couple of chances for Reedy. Reedy created a couple of chances for him. So, in effect, they were positive, the performances by the pair of them. Yes, it'd be lovely if they'd have, topped it off with a goal like Reedy did. But no, he's a constant threat, Addy, that's for sure. And I thought Reedy had a very good game as well. And if we're solid, then we got 2 players that can create chances for themselves and for their partner up front.
Defensive unit's obviously been doing its job, and with key defenders away. So how have you assessed what they've done in the last couple of weeks?
Well, as I've said, that all along we've been saying that they're young lads still learning, and they're picking everything up now. And with young lads, it's a matter of confidence. And so once you get a little bit of a confident run, and I thought the back 3 last week played really, really well. Then they're good players, and we've always known they're good players. So put a bit of confidence with that, and you've got some good defenders. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm not telling you today what shape we're going to play. But at the moment, it's important that defenders defend well, midfielders defend well, and create opportunities for the strikers, and even the strikers have got to defend well, because at this moment in time we can only afford to lose a couple if we've got aspirations of the playoffs. So the longer it goes on where we haven't lost and we can get this winning run going, then the percentages of the opportunity of getting into a playoff place are bigger.
When you look ahead to a game like this weekend and everything, and you do a lot of analysis, and Aaron and Louis are a big part of that, aren't they? And you sit down, you produce 2 pretty good performances to beat Halifax and Chorley. Where would you say is the balance, or does it even change from week to week, between trying to pick the team that's best for your team, and trying to pick the team to combat what the opposition are going to do?
We have a tactic for every game anyway, because no team is exactly the same in opposition. So we do a lot of work on tactics. So it's very important that the boys are able to. They've got that mentality that they can retain information, because anyway, even if you have 60% possession, the opposition are having 40. So you've got to be aware of what they can do, what their pattern is, what their shape is generally, who's on form, who's not on form, who's injured, which changes their way of playing. no, we go through the opposition like a fine-tooth comb, and make sure that nothing's going to surprise us. Now, obviously, if one of them does a great bit of skill or something and scores a goal, then you hold your hands up. But we need to know how we can best get at them, and this is all individually with every different team that we play. So you're right, there is a lot of work that goes in, as you've seen, because obviously when you're here on a Thursday, it's generally while you're waiting, you see that we have to go through the opposition's pluses and minuses.
Yeah, and you spend usually on a Thursday, unless we've got it wrong, before training on a Thursday, which is the day obviously when they come back from usually a day off, you sit down and spend half an hour, three-quarters an hour before they actually go out to work.
Yeah.
And is that your kind of analysis day about how you're going to approach the weekend?
It is. We'll obviously remind them tomorrow, and generally the Friday is the set piece day.
Yeah.
But and so they can concentrate on that. But Thursday is all about the actual effort of, we always go into an 11v11, if you like. We have to bring people around sometimes to get the numbers. That's why the college is all so important to us. And we'll try and put into practice, and the lads will know the team, so they'll know when we're saying, keep an eye on the left back because he keeps getting forward. The right winger will know what he's coming up against, so we don't leave them guessing. So they'll know the team.
Usually they know the team when they go home on a Thursday.
Always, nearly always.
Yeah,
unless somebody's like that with an injury or something.
Issue,
So, but no, and I always think it's right to do that. I always wanted to know if I was playing nice and early, just for the fact that I could concentrate on the tactical side of it and how I'm going to play against opposition. And I know Downs is the same.
Picking up on that, obviously, I'm not saying you're a veteran, Gary, but it's a while ago since you were playing.
Very, very dare you.
How different is it from when you were playing tactical-wise and the way that the tactics are set up to now?
Well, I don't think it's changed that much.
It's just got technology to help.
Yeah, technology's changed, of course, and we get a lot of that now. The information you get now, you haven't got to send the scout out necessarily to watch the game. You can get it on, all forms of Y Scout and Scout 7, and they go through everything, every touch, every move, every bit of pace, everything. So you get enough information. You can't give the lads overload. They're not. They'd be bankers or solicitors if they could cope with that. So you have to give them the basic tactics of ours and theirs. And then obviously the more you keep working at it, and the more you try not to change your own tactics that much, just be aware of the opposition in case we have to move somebody, and you're looking for a numerical advantage most of the time. But at the end of the day, that takes a work rate anyway. So they'll get everything right if they work hard.
We've gone to the days of reading through reams of scout reports.
Well, yeah, sorry, I was going to come up to, I was obviously a coach with Graham Taylor. And Graham Taylor could leave you on a pitch for 2 hours easy, just going around talking to everybody, telling them exactly what their job is, and individually. So it could be freezing cold, and that you knew you had to wear some warm clothing because you might not be round to you for 45 minutes, sort of thing. But everyone knew their job. Everyone absolutely knew their job, and it'd also be telling you how good you are, and so he was a good man manager as well. So it was always quite exciting waiting for him to come round, to you, sort of thing. And as I say, I was a coach, and I thought, am I going to put that in my repertoire when I become manager? And we've had so much rain and cold this week. I think you've got to get the right sort of players to be able to talk to them for that long. And I've sort of just curtailed it a little bit, and I tend to tell them, inside rather than outside.
Yeah.
The injury situation, Lucas obviously wasn't right last Saturday.
Yeah. It was just a little strain on his back. I mean, he's come in this morning with a bit more of a smile on his face, so we'll have to wait and see how he
Not sure
recovers.
about him yet, no.
Yeah, over the next couple of days. But you know, you can have a little twinge when you come down on from a high jump. Sometimes you just misjudge it and you just get a little twinge. Yeah, that's right. So we've all done that. So. We'll wait and see. We'll leave that to the last minute.
Okay, Amani, any feedback on how his op went on?
Very
Tuesday?
well. Yeah, the feedback was very well. The surgeon is a top surgeon. You know, a lot of the Premier League boys go to him, so we've given Amani every chance. And he allowed Kai to watch the operation, which is fantastic. And you know, Kai was able to gain that experience of watching surgery and seeing.
Was this here, by the way, or
no, in London?
In London, yeah.
Seeing the operation firsthand and seeing the actual injury, and so that at least we all know what we're dealing with, what we have to work with, and the surgeon was very, very happy with it. But so that's good because he's only a young lad and he's got the rest of his career ahead of him.
Yeah. And Matt Hughes is still a little way with his ankle.
Hughes is one of them strange ones that, you know, that we're waiting for the opportunity now. He had to be in a boot for a little while to see if it that rest helped it. But he's probably going to have a scan now just to, you know, see what it is, because we're not really quite sure exactly what it is. You know, they've got all different names now for different parts of the ankle that we never spoke about in our day. But there's so much working goes on in the ankle that they have to, you know, delve in pretty deep.
You talked about the value of the link up with the college earlier on. You must have been pleased with the way that went on Tuesday, playing against Argyle.
Yeah, really pleased. It was great to see, you know, my old mate Darren Way, and he brought his under 18s up to us. We had quite a few young lads as well, because, you know, even our team were not much older than that, to be honest, with some of the college lads, as you say. And the team gelled pretty quick, and I think a lot of that is because when we do our 11v11s on a Thursday, the college boys often are the opposition, so, you know, they see people's strengths and weaknesses. So I was really pleased with our younger pros who played in it, and B, the college lads didn't let us down at all, and they'd have been happy as well. You know, you see them go back to college with the, you know, head held high, which is nice.
And Frankie played? Yeah,
Frankie played. Yeah, he played an hour. He wanted to play a little bit longer, but again, we're under instructions, and he probably needs a game or two before he's ready. But he's a great player to have back here, knowing that, you know, if you need him, and if there's an opportunity to bring him in, then, you know, it's a great one to have in the wings.
You were explaining, of course, that with 6 loans at the moment, that does affect that situation.
It does, yeah. You can only play 5 loans
and you've got
in
5.
the squad. And
Is
we've
that
got
in the squad or on the pitch?
In the squad.
In the squad.
Yeah, 5 out of the 16.
Right.
So, yeah, for him to get in immediately, it would have to be a loan injury. But Bournemouth knew that, Frank knew that, you know. But he wanted to be a part of us going forward, because he played very well. It was him and Busey, wasn't it, that had the midfield spots when we had the good run, and it just shows you when you had them two, and you had Winter and Davis, and now Amani before, and Connor before, you know, thinking, well, come on.
As well.
Yeah,
when you look back on that
I know.
injury period.
I know. Well, we sort of are. We're sort of still in it, really. You know, because again, we don't have enough reserve games to get them fit. But I'm just pleased that the team we've been putting out at this moment in time is competitive now, and I'm hoping it will get more competitive as more people become available.
Sutton, finally, what's the feedback on them, and what do you think we can expect from Sutton on Saturday?
Yeah, well, you can expect. I think they've got their fair share of injuries as well, and obviously it's AstroTurf, which every club in the country will be used to now, I should think. But they drew with Barrow a week ago or so. They don't get well beat in any games, and they don't well win in any games, and they've got a couple of quick lads, and they've got some experience in there. So they've got a game that can win football matches, that's for sure, at this level. But they're not a million miles behind us, and they'll be hoping to leapfrog us as quickly as they can.